Previously on the remains, our group of survivors found themselves trapped in a small convenience store with three sketchy individuals garbed in military gear. Julian Richmond, the outdoorsy security officer, played by Angie Forshee, surveyed the infected humans with a morbid curiosity. Courtney Jessup, the traumatized but capable medic of the group, played by Sophie Pantel, started doing what they knew best by patching up those that they could, all while trying to navigate the intensity of their current state. Patricia Carmen, the well-off musician, played by Emily Tabor, was in shock and barely able to comprehend the recent events. Victoria Grayson, the optimistic events coordinator, played by Miranda Johnson, immediately went into get shit done mode and was able to find some supplies for the group as well as two booklets of information that can help the party. Lastly, Brandy Clausen, the Southern Belle with an I'll kick your ass energy, played by Kelsey Scomer, was suspect of the three that our survivors found themselves with. And her suspicions were confirmed as she sneakily overheard some worrying conversation from the three and discovered some bodies that were hidden. Brandy went back to warn the main group, and the group's first big decision was in front of them: attack the three strangers or confront them. Both sides presented their arguments, but eventually the captain put his foot down and they were confronted. Unfortunately, things fell apart as the strangers knew that they were caught, and a brief but deadly couple of minutes followed after. The three strangers were killed, but our group of survivors did not walk away unscathed. And as a matter of fact, the leader of this group for the past few months was killed in a matter of seconds. Patricia mourned for the death of her lover, but the party had little time. The strangers had destroyed the outer barricade and infected were coming. Our survivors sprinted out of the building and attempted escape, but the infected were closing in. Luckily, they were saved by another group of survivors. They got our group successfully to the nearby rooftop and out of harm's way. This new group of strangers was led by a Carol Stewart. She introduced the Cameron brothers and the LeBlanc twins. Eventually, it was sadly discovered that the LeBlanc twins were the estranged daughters of the late captain and had been communicating with him via satellite phone. The twins couldn't really handle the news and left the group. An argument then broke out about secrets, and accusations were thrown at Courtney and Brandy both. Eventually, it was revealed that Brett Smith, Brandy's boyfriend, was actually psychotic, and this apocalypse seemed to have snapped something inside of him. He had become obsessed with Brandy and had killed a man who he had put in his head was going to harm her. After a brief, intense conversation, Julian and Brandy and Brett got into a fight. Julian was shot, and Brett was pushed off the roof. Street, down below. The last thing we saw happen was a woman approaching the group of survivors and looking towards Julian with surprise. But now, we see a dark sky over the city of New Orleans. A small but consistent drizzle of rain falls onto the ruined earth below. Some smaller fires start to peter out while the larger ones continue to rage. Smoke rising into the sky, darkening with the rainfall. We see rooftops covered in tents and people and supplies as a makeshift camp has been created on this series of rooftops. The camp provides a warm, dull light that paints the area. It is a moment of warmth in a city of cold darkness. Next to this camp, we see two separate groups of survivors facing one another. We see our group of survivors. Julian stares ahead at the woman who just approached the group. Brandy looks down on the body of Brett Smith in the, I said street earlier, it's an alleyway below. The rest look on in a mix of terror, confusion, exhaustion. Julian You see Leah in front of you. What do you do?
I would just run to her. And, I mean, it's only been 3 months. So I would run to her and just hug her. Like, bone crushing. More almost for me
Yeah.
than, like, to show any sort of affection. Just like a, are you real kind of.
She just starts crying while hugging you. And then grabs your face and just like kisses you, but then also just like kisses your cheek and your forehead and your nose and your ear and your head and then back to your lips and just says like smothers you as she's just like, what is like, this is even if this isn't real, I'm going to embrace it while I have it. And she pulls back. Where? You're okay. You're okay.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I tried to text you, I tried to call you, but things happened so quickly and we had no signal and I couldn't get to you, and I wanted to tell you I was okay, but then I thought maybe you weren't okay, and I'm just
oh my God, you've been shot. Here, come here, sit down.
Oh, fuck.
And she leads you over to like just a couple of crates and sits you down. You see that Carol, the woman that runs this group, is just kind of like eyeing everybody, just watching, not menacingly, but just like carefully. And Brandy, while this is happening, you look down and you see below that Brett is, one of his legs is unnaturally bent, the femur protruding. One of his arms is behind his back at an angle that you know is just like not good. And a pool of blood is beginning to coalesce at the back of his skull. And then you just hear as he just starts to groan. And you see him start to just like, I mean, he's trying to move, and you can see some movement, but like his body is in such a condition that it's you do wonder how he's alive.
Oh, Jesus.
He just Andy. Randy! And he starts to get louder, and Carol kind of like furrows her brow. She walks over and goes further into her camp, kind of storms off for a second. Brandy, is there anything that you do in this moment?
I honestly think at this point, she's finally in shock. Finally not able to, her brain is like, just put him out of his misery. You have the rifle, do it. Focus, wake up. But, she can't move, I don't think.
Yeah.
This was super unexpected, and, all of the other shocks, she was already moving, but, now she's standing still, and it's, she's just staring.
Yeah. Does anybody else do anything? Obviously right now, Julian is having a conversation with this woman, who she seemed to immediately embrace in a very intimate way. The other three of you, are you doing anything in this moment, or are you just in shock, kind of watching everything happen? Want to check in? Courtney, you go ahead. I'll ask you. What do you do?
Yeah, was reaching for the unmute, but it also looks like I'm holding my finger up, which is fun. I would say Courtney is also in shock, and as somebody who takes care of people could only probably stomach this for so long.
Yeah.
And if she's not willing to, that Courtney would try to take the rifle and put him out of his misery.
Okay. Do you let Courtney take the rifle from you, Brandy?
Yeah, I think it's like numb, like she feels it being taken, but
okay.
Knows logically what's going to happen. So she's like, yes, of course, I should have done it.
Courtney, I am still going to need an attack roll from you.
First one of the game, and it's on a normal person. What do we? What's our D20 plus?
It would be with a rifle. For a rifle, it would be your agility. I think it's agility plus proficiency.
Or muscle.
Or muscle for a rifle. So if your muscle's better.
No.
Okay.
11 plus 4, so 15.
15. That hits. And that is enough to penetrate the skull. You have a moment to line up the shot. And Courtney probably has to turn off a part of themselves as they look down the sights at the bleeding, bleeding individual lying down on this alleyway. You release the trigger. He's killed. The sound echoes. And then a couple things happen very quickly. Patricia and Victoria, and I guess Julian as well, even though you're paying attention to something else, kind of. You would all see Carol returning to this rooftop with a bow and arrow. And she storms over to you, Courtney, and throws you back. And she grabs your shoulder. She comes up from behind you and reaches and grabs your opposite shoulder so that she can pull and turn you into her, and then have her forearm right up next to you as she starts to push you back. What the fuck do you think you're doing? You're gonna lead them right to us. And she starts pushing you back. And then the next thing that happens is Daisy immediately comes up, and she's going to attempt to ram herself into Carol. She gets a +3 to this. That's a 5. So she does run into Carol, but Carol kind of pushes her aside. And Daisy immediately is like, what the fuck do you think you're doing? And then the next thing that happens is Roy, or no, not Roy. The one who came back with Bud, the one who came back with Leah. He immediately lifts up his hammer and starts to get in an aggressive stance. Roy starts to try to stop him. Leah immediately is like, hey, everybody, let's all calm down, please. Does anybody else do anything in this moment?
I would pull Daisy closer to me.
Okay, Courtney, what'd you say? Sorry.
I'd say Courtney would just drop the
rifle and is immediately okay.
I'm sorry, I couldn't watch him suffer down there.
Yeah, and then you, Julian, you pull Daisy closer to you.
Yeah.
Okay, so you pull Daisy off of Carol. As Leah's talking, Leah kind of walks. Is glad that you're doing that. Walking past her, comes up to Carol. Carol looks at you, Courtney, and you see her eyes, her brow just furrow, and she's like, you have to use your brain out here. This is not the time to be. And she's pushing you against this two stack of crates. Leah comes up and puts her hand on Carol's shoulder. Carol, please. They haven't been out here as long as we have. They don't. Carol aggressively pushes you, Courtney, and then turns around and looks at everybody and says, if you're gonna be here, you're gonna be doing things by our rules. And the first rule is the deal we made with the captain still stands. We have room for 6 of you. Figure it out yourselves. And she turns around and starts walking back into the camp. Leah immediately looks confused and looks around. Bud stands like in the like pathway between this like outside part of the camp and the camp itself, and just like puts his hammer on the ground and just kind of stands there. And for a moment, you all have your own faculties about you. Victoria, what are you doing in this moment after all this has gone down?
I don't know. I think I am trying to figure out how, like, what the 6 people, who are all the people that are coming in, how many of us are there, how could we slice and dice it?
Yeah, so the people,
okay.
the people who are with you right now are obviously you 5. And then Daisy is with you, Daisy Fuente. Steph Myers is with you, the kind of mom. She was just like a patron on the cruise and kind of like became the civilian liaison. And then the mechanic, Doug Landry. Just kind of like the quiet guy who seems to have not really been taken what's going on very well. So you see that there are, what was that? 8 of you. And you did have the captain, which would have made 9. So a little bit easier of a situation, I guess.
Yeah, so many.
Good thing we
There
killed
were so
Brett.
many people. There was a whole
good thing we killed
ship
Brett,
of people, and our ship had more people. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it seems like the captain had some sub plans that we'll never know about because he's dead.
I would shoot a look, whether or not she sees it, to Patricia when when they say that the captain said only 6 people. I would look to Patricia to see, 1, to kind of stare daggers at her, but 2, to see if she reacts or seems to have any knowledge.
I was gonna say Courtney would probably do something similar to that.
Because we just witnessed.
I would say Patricia is still in shock, but has gone into more observant mode, hyper alert, figuring out group dynamics, things like that. So she probably would notice if 2 people's gaze turned to her.
Okay.
So what is your response to that?
I think I would kind of panic and look away. But it wouldn't be I knew, but more of oh my god, people are looking at me.
Yeah.
How do you tell the difference?
Maybe you don't.
From dynamics.
Roll a vibe check, Julian.
Me?
Yeah.
Joanne?
Julian.
Oh, Julian. I was like,
Jules.
Ooh, she doing good. Vibe is big vibes. That is a 24.
Oof, with the 24, I would say that you comfortably know that Patricia is just as surprised about this as you are, and very much does not like being the center of attention right now.
Then I would promptly feel bad for a moment, even thinking that maybe she could have known something and been a part of it, and look away and back to Leah. And just, okay, everything's fine. Great.
Brandy, this has all happened around you in this moment. This man that you've known and, for better or worse, had this relationship with, falls off the roof. You see him incredibly mutilated. you find out some really dark things about him, then you see him murdered, or is it, can you even really call it murder? Was it just mercy? And then that person who arguably was doing something for you gets attacked, and then you find out that, like, you might not even have a place to stay. It's, so much is going through your mind. Do you just freeze? Are you still just there, frozen? Is there anything else that might happen here?
When Carol went for Courtney, I think Brandy would actually have stepped forward, like, to try. So when Courtney is, like, shoved away, I almost if possible, if I was close enough, I would want to have, like, been there to catch them, like, to prop them up
for
almost. Sure. And I think she just looks at Courtney for a moment as everything is going on, and just, like, kind of almost blinks out of it, and is just like, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I am so sorry for accusing you, and I'm so sorry that I couldn't just do it myself, and I shouldn't have had to do that.
It makes sense. I'm sorry that that your ex-boyfriend was a psycho.
She'll, like, laugh, he's just, like, kind of like, oh.
Yeah, for sure.
Nervous laughter, and it's just like, yeah, me too.
So the captain talked to them.
What 6 people was he planning to? There were 2 whole boats of us.
I mean, maybe he hoped that when we got here, he could convince them to take more of us.
I mean, 8's not that much more than 6, is it?
Yeah. I mean, we're not off to a great start with them, but maybe we can convince them to at least keep us here for a little while till we figure out a plan to do with everybody else.
There's got to be something we can offer them in return. Maybe if we barter, or I don't know, solve a problem, or.
I mean, in a way, I feel like we've got a floating fortress. If we could convince them that the boat is of use to them, they could bring their resources, their know-how. I think we should talk to the rest of the group, though.
As this is happening, Leah has gone up to Bud. Bud, she needs help, and I need to go get Abe. Bud just kind of, like, shakes his head, and she, like, hits him in the chest. Bud! And he kind of, like, looks back. Bring him. She kind of rolls her eyes. Fine. And she, like, goes around Bud. And as she's, like, starting to walk away, she looks at you, Julian. I'll be right back. She walks away. So, as of this specific moment, Bud is, like, kind of close to you guys, but not right next to you guys, close to you guys. But as of right now, it's all of you Drew's people. Steph kind of looks at everybody. Okay, I know that there's a lot to digest about what just happened, but I think we all need to, like, kind of, like, talk.
Okay.
And she kind of looks at you, Victoria.
I propose we all have a very specific skill set, and I think we should try to emphasize our skill set and show how valuable we are to these people.
Doug kind of nods his head and he says, so we're going to try to convince them to get all of us, right?
What are we going to do with the other 2 people? We can't just, like, kill 2 of us.
Yeah, okay, good.
Are they going to kill us, or are they just going to make us leave?
After what I've seen today, who fucking knows?
Yeah.
I mean, that's not to mention, we're not just giving up on the people that are on the boat still.
Right.
Yeah, Daisy kind of like puts her hand on the like flare gun that's like tucked inside her waistband. She's like, yeah, we have no way to contact them, but we have to, I mean, we can't just, we have to remember that they need us. Whatever we decide, I just want to remind us of that.
True.
I just want to say that if it comes down to it, and two of us need to go somewhere else, I volunteer.
I don't mean to stay.
Obviously, we try to get 8, but if not,
Yeah, I think we should aim for 8. You know, negotiations, aim for what you want, and you'll get somewhere in the middle, hopefully.
and even if they'll just take 7, like I said, I just want to throw it out there.
We can't have one person. I mean, you'll die. There's no way you'll make it by yourself.
No, we would make sure she gets back, right?
Back where?
To the boat?
Where? I mean, I know I'm kind of thinking ahead of things, but where are we supposed to put all those people? There's nothing here. What are we gonna do?
I know that this isn't what any of us thought we were going to find when we landed, and I know that I don't have any answers to that right now, but we can't give up on them.
As
Maybe
you
they
guys-
can keep us all for a short amount of time. We'll get all of our stuff together and we'll take it back to the ship. Anything we can find.
Victoria definitely needs to be one of the people who talks to Carol.
Yeah, I agree.
Everyone thinks so.
In this moment, Leah returns, and walking with her is a new person that you guys haven't seen yet. He is a tall black man, long dreads that have been pulled back, very calm, kind demeanor to him, and he comes in carrying a med kit. And Leah says, Julian, this is Abe. Abe kind of leans down, and he looks at you, Julian, and he says, "Hi, I'm Abe. I'm gonna help take care of you. Where? Do you mind if I?" And he like asks if he can like kind of like pull up your shirt in the location where you were shot.
Yes.
Thanks. And he pulls it up, and he, Leah looks at you, and she says, "Abe, he's a combat medic. We're lucky to have him."
Cool. Yes. Thank you very much.
Are you okay? Leah says.
Yeah, as okay. It's honestly fucking crazy.
Yeah, I know. Listen, hi everyone. My name's Leah.
Oh my god. Yeah. Sorry. This is
No,
Leah.
no, shut up. You're fine.
Oh.
You've been through a lot.
Okay. Oh my god. I never thought you would say "shut up" to me again.
I love you. I'm sorry. Everyone, I'm gonna do whatever I can. I know she's a hard ass, and it's probably an understatement, but I really think I'm gonna try to get her to understand that we can take all of you in. It'll be okay. Don't fret.
Yeah, that's great. I know we've kind of stepped on our own toes here. I'm sorry for, breaking the rules, but thank you.
Of course. And Abe, as he's like patching up Julian, says, you have to understand, this place is been a shit show. Everybody has been really going through it, and the stuff that we've experienced, Carol's become who you need to be times like this, and it's hard to do, harder to witness, but she's doing what she can for her people, and we just gotta convince her that you're our people. He kind of like nods that like with a surety, and continues to help out Julian. Julian, he is going to heal you a full 7 hit points.
Ew.
Is there anybody else that
Daddy.
needs anything? Trisha, you need some HP? Anybody else?
I'm at 9 out of 15.
Okay. He comes over to you, and just as the conversation continues, is going to help Patricia, and he's going to heal you 4.
Can I just make a med kit?
Yes. Leah says, as things kind of like come to a close here, she says, okay, I am gonna go talk to Carol. I'll bring her here. We're gonna figure this out, okay? She looks at you, Julian, and she puts a hand on her face, and walks. Go get Carol. Once again, you have a little bit of time to yourself. Do anything if you would like, or you can just kind of sit the events of today.
Is there any like glass or like mirrors anywhere around?
I'm sorry?
Is there any like glass or mirrors anywhere around?
No mirrors, but I'll definitely say you can find like a relatively large shard of glass or something.
Yeah, I would just take a minute and like literally like look in it for the reflection.
Okay. Yeah.
Not like out of vanity or anything, but just as a moment of like
Yeah.
coming to reality and like looking at what this has done to me.
Yeah.
And then take a deep breath and spend this time trying to like mentally hype myself up.
Okay. You sit there and, there's a lot of thoughts going through your brain. You and the captain weren't high school sweethearts, it wasn't a long lost love, but you shared something. And to have that so quickly pulled from you, and then to find out that there was such pertinent, important information that wasn't shared with you, even when you knew very dark secrets of this man and with this man, this was still information you didn't know, and just like tackling with that. And you look at the shard of glass, and I think the one thing that takes you by surprise is just how wide your eyes are. You haven't even realized, but it looks as if you're surprised, but you're just, it's just from a day of adrenaline and taking in information, and there's blood on your face, most likely from when you touched the captain and then touched your face.
I would like somewhat desperately try to wipe the blood off.
Yeah, and that's when you see that there's blood on your hands, and you're trying to get that off, and you're trying to and as you're doing that, you see like a flash of white, and you look up and you see one of the Cameron brothers, Roy. He's standing there and he is just holding out a towel.
Oh, thank you. Is there somewhere that I can wet this?
He gets a bucket, and then you realize that like it's not like you think this is like a moment of just for you, and he is. I mean, he is giving it to you, but then you see that he has like a couple of buckets and like a few towels for you guys, but he hands you the bucket, and he like gestures to the blood. Are you hurt?
I'm feeling, well, I guess better now.
All right, good. And he walks away. Anybody else doing anything in particular in this moment?
Is Abe? Did he finish up and go with Leah?
No, Leah and Abe are both still there. Oh no! Oh, sorry. No, I forgot. Yeah. Leah left. Abe probably would have followed her. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind then.
Yeah. As you were all waiting, Leah and Abe both return with Carol in tow. And then Leah, Abe, and the Cameron brothers kind of flank Carol as Carol looks at all of you, crosses her arms. All right, so which 6 of you is it going to be?
I look at Leah immediately, like, no. Did you tell her? Did you?
And she
say
starts like she like gestures to you like.
You guys gotta make the campus. I look at Victoria.
Yeah, like you gotta open the door. I have to support. Like, you get the vibe from her that it's like, if I'm the one to say it, that's not gonna go well. If I support you, that's gonna go differently.
I think the 8 of us are way more valuable to you than whatever space you think you can save for 6 people.
Leah nods her head and she says, "Yeah, I mean, Carol, it's 2 more people. You can't just send them away. You know what would happen to them." And Abe says, "If I have to cut my rations down, I will. If I have to find more, I will. I mean, these are people, Carol. Come on."
Yeah, I can help. I did this in my. I'm sure I don't know how much Leah has told you, but I could definitely help Abe out in the searches and trying to find materials and resources. So we would be of use to you. We wouldn't just be dead weight.
And we've gathered some resources, and we're all happy to fight for you and everyone here.
Victoria, go ahead and make a convince check at advantage.
Is that a thing? A modifier?
Yeah. Should be proficient in it.
Wow.
Charismatic.
22.
22. You see her kind of nod her head. She like takes a step back and like calls Abe and Leah over. And the 3 of them start to converse. See that Carol says something. Abe immediately starts to shake his head. Leah kind of takes a step back. She looks over at you, Julian. See that Carol says something else. Leah then looks from Julian and starts shaking her head and like kind of in a pleading way towards Carol. Abe kind of like shakes his head some more and then solemnly nods. Then he looks over at Leah and he says something to her. Leah looks back at you, Julian, and then just shakes her head but then solemnly nods. And Carol's like nodding, and then they come over to you. All right. If you want to stay here, you can, but you're gonna have to earn your keep. Abe here. Well, he and Roy found a place with supplies. Supplies that we need. Supplies that maybe you would find useful. If you help Abe and Roy on this mission, then you're one of us.
Absolutely.
We'll do it.
Leah kind of like shakes her head and sighs. Carol says, "Good. Well, I'll let Abe and Roy tell you, Abe and Roy tell you about that. In the meantime, not going to be doing anything until the morning. So, find a space, introduce yourselves, food, rest, behave. Avoid loud noises. Any arguments you have, don't. And any problems you have, don't. Any real problems you have, bring them to me or one of the camera brothers." Right. She just turns around and walks away. Leah approaches you, Julian, and kind of like softly smiles and then gives you a big hug. I knew it would all work out.
What was that? What was that? And I like look around to see if anybody else is really paying attention.
Abe is walking up, but he's like not necessarily right next to you.
Okay, I would stop then.
Okay. Abe says, I wouldn't have asked you guys to do this. It's gonna be a dangerous mission. We have to go to, well, me and Roy, we were out scavenging and we came across St. Catherine's. Those of you who are from New Orleans know St. Catherine Memorial Hospital. But then he says, St. Catherine Memorial Hospital. There was obviously it was like ground zero for the fucking infected, and the bottom floors are covered in infected. The outside has quite a bit too. But there was a rooftop rescue there via helicopter, and they barricaded the top 3 floors. So there's infected everywhere but the top 3 floors. So if we can find our way onto the roof, we think we have found a way, and we can enter, get all the things that we can from an untouched hospital, 3 floors worth of supply. And Courtney, I mean, the implications of that, like, fill you with, like, hope. You know, that is not only a lot of supplies for these people, but you could easily see these people and the crews splitting those supplies and at least having medical supplies taken care of. Like, this is a big opportunity. And then Abe just kind of continues, but it's gonna be dangerous. Do any of you have any military background, or have you ever seen combat in any way?
Like other than yesterday?
He kind of chuckles at that and then turns over and sees you, Brandy. What branch?
Army.
Marines. Hoorah. Well, good. You and I have some talking to do. I could use your help planning. Roy kind of like laughs. Roy is, well, he was a bounty hunter. So not exactly the same type of stuff, but he knows his thing. not all of you would have to come. Just those of you who are willing to do this for your group. But you, Brandy, I would definitely like if you could come along.
I'll be there.
And I don't know, anybody else want to go ahead and...
I'll absolutely go.
Great, good.
Yeah, I promised a lot of people that I'll take care of them, so I'll be there.
You see Leah looks at you, Julian. Her eyes like are full of like worry.
I would look at Abe and I would say, when do you need to know by?
Sunrise?
And I'll look at Leah. I'll let you know.
You see that Daisy is like looking at you.
At me?
Yeah. And you see there is a flash of disappointment in her face. And she says, I'll go.
Fucking Christ.
Steph and Doug do not speak up. Patricia, do you say anything?
Yeah, after like a minute of silence where it seems like everybody's sort of waiting to see if anybody else says anything, I am not sure that I'm qualified for that. I think I would just slow you down, but I'm willing to try.
Daisy looks over at you, Patricia. Patricia, you don't have to. It's fine. That's not something you have to do.
I don't know that I'm going to be able to pull my weight always, so I think that maybe I need to prove this to myself.
Okay. It kind of smiles. Good. Good. All right, well, not that big of a place. I'll find you. Come up. Come see me tonight if you need any help, guys. We don't have much, but I'll give you what we can spare. Weapon-wise, well, we've already raided the only other source of weapons we know. Kind of gestures to the weapons that you got from those people. Then he looks at you, Julian. Where'd you get that? Points to your military vest.
Off of some people who got it off of some people.
How did they get it off the first people?
I think you know.
You guys need me. I'm hard to miss. He walks away.
That was Abe, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Leah kind of looks at you, Julian. Hey, do you want to go lie down?
Yeah, that sounds good.
What? Kind of. You know, she doesn't really need to help you walk, but she does. Anyway, and she starts leading you into the camp. Courtney, what do you do in this moment?
Courtney would not really know what to do with themselves. They just killed a person. They feel tremendous amount of responsibility held on them, especially now as some of the group is like, I don't know, we don't necessarily need to prioritize taking care of the other people on the boat. That's like, I can't let up on that at all. So they would probably go find Brandy, finding kind of some unlikely camaraderie with them, and sit with them and kind of just stay quiet probably for a while. I don't know that I'm ready for whatever else is out there, but I'm glad that you're here.
All right group, I'd say.
It's more than just earning ourselves a spot here. We're earning ourselves a spot in this group. I've been taking care of those people for months. I can't just give up on them. We need to find this cash.
We will. We have to. And if it doesn't work out here, then we'll go somewhere else and we'll figure it out. There's got to be somewhere, right?
Yeah. You mind showing me any basic moves with these knives? I don't really know what I'm doing.
Thrill of the hunt got y'all ready there?
Just don't want to get caught out there with...
Yeah, bad joke. Bad time for a joke. Yep, I can... And she'd absolutely show them kind of, you know, how to hold, I think probably at the very least, like how to hold it so that you don't like bend your wrist the wrong way, you know, where to engage the muscles in the arm to, you know, be able to use it without flopping around.
Yeah. It's nice to find yourselves any kind of distraction, and you both kind of embrace the teaching and the learning of this as the distraction that it is. And as you two are doing that, Victoria, what do you find yourself doing?
I think I would be just trying to like meet the other people that are at this camp.
Yeah. Do you go up to any of the people that you've met already, or are you just like trying to meet?
I think whoever seems pretty friendly.
Yeah. I would say that Leah's currently with Julian, but she seems pretty friendly, but she seems a little distracted. I would say that you see a couple of other people. Everyone seems to be what's the best way to describe it? These people have been spending months in this hell, right? And so I would say one thing that Victoria notices as a person who really knows people is that the soul has left a lot of these people. You find as you're walking that you're surprised by the lack of conversation. There's no one like playing cards. There's no one like, you know, laughing and chatting. Everyone seems to, I mean, there's some conversations that are happening, but everyone seems to be kind of frozen in this state of just being. But there are some people who stick out to you. There is Surprisingly, actually, Roy Cameron, he is currently whittling something as he sits down, and he seems to actually have a bit of like levity to him. You can walk up to him if you'd like.
Sure.
He kind of like looks up as you approach. He stands. I guess I should properly introduce myself. My name's Roy Cameron.
Hi, I'm Victoria.
Nice
This
to
is
meet
actually
you.
the activities coordinator on this cruise ship. I'm not much qualified to be here, I guess.
Cruise ship.
That's where we all came from. We were all on a cruise ship.
Oh.
We just stayed out there when we heard everyone was getting sick.
Carol didn't really tell us much about what you had going on with the captain, what they talked about. I didn't know you guys had been out at a cruise. You didn't know what it was like when you came here.
We had no idea. How did you all find each other?
Well, the way Carol likes to put it is true. You know, a number of years ago, those of us from around here had to survive on top of our roofs. Water filled up our homes with destruction, cold, death. So, naturally, some people started to seek higher ground, kind of bred in us, I guess. And then we started to notice the other people that sought higher ground, and we kind of got together. We figured out that the infected, some of them are, I mean, they can't go up straight up ladders, but if there's any sort of staircase, they'll find their way. But we found this.
Only some of them?
Yeah. Seems like the longer that they've been infected, the more feral, animalistic they get. And he looks his head down. I swear, some of the new ones, I hear them whispering at night. Terrifying. I almost feel sorry for you for having to. I mean, it's been hell living in this, but to come back to it. I mean, I'm sure you were hoping for a lot more.
That's fair to say. But I can't imagine being here. I'm sure we had a much better time on our ships than whatever you had to deal with.
I would like to play shuffleboard. That would have been nice. Sure, you guys. I feel like every cruise ship has shuffleboard.
Oh, we have shuffleboard.
Yeah.
You totally have to come back with us when we get our stuff.
How many are still out there?
Hard to say.
I'm impressed you guys stayed out there for so long.
Well, we made rations and we did what we could with what we had until inevitably we ran out, and here we are.
Seems like you kept a pretty positive outlook.
Cup's usually half full in my world.
Good.
Unless you cross me.
Good to know. I won't be doing that. Are you going to be joining Abe and I tomorrow?
Yeah, I think I need to.
Well, I'm sure you'll be a great addition to the team.
Thank you. I look forward to it.
Want some water? And he kind of like turns down and grabs a canteen.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he gives you some water, and the two of you start to converse a little bit more. Patricia, what are you doing?
I think that I would I know that I have a gun, but I do think that I would take the time to craft a knife with a sharp object and adhesive.
Yep. Okay.
Which I have one of each of. And then is Abe around?
Yeah, easily. You find Abe. He is currently in a tent that seems to be just for him, and he is on a cot, and he's leaning up against a crate, and he is reading a book.
What are you reading?
Oh, Moby Dick.
Classic.
Yeah, it was all fine so far. At least the
That's
best
the
of what I
only-
could find.
The only book?
Nearby. Didn't really think the apocalypse was gonna start, so I didn't bring my collection along with me.
I have quite a collection back on the ship if we make it, when we make it back there.
You're going back.
I think so. There's still a lot of people on board. I'm Patricia, by the way.
Abe, nice to meet you.
She puts out her hand like a little too delicately.
He kind of like chuckles a little bit, but grabs it and shakes it.
So what is the plan tomorrow?
Well, the plan is we are going to travel via rooftop as far as we can. We might have to get down on the street a couple of times. But then there's a building adjacent to the hospital that we found that we're hoping we can walk across. It'll be... Are you afraid of heights?
Quite. Would you say via rooftops? Do you mean like jumping between rooftops?
Well, no. We're going to be carrying a series of planks, some bridges that we built, and then there's one close to the hospital that we built. That's super sturdy.
Okay. You've done this before?
Which part?
Mostly the heights part, but
I mean, I've
suppose
gone
all of
across.
it.
I've not gone to the hospital roof yet. That's a little bit further than I've gone, but I've gone through like the widest gap we've done is probably like 10 feet. To the hospital it'll be 25, but I really think that it'll be. I think that we've built something that'll be good.
Lovely.
7 stories up, but I mean that'll be fine.
I'm looking forward to it.
Patricia, have you exhaled since you've been here?
No.
Well,
No.
as a trained medical professional, you should breathe. It'll help a lot.
Suppose you're right.
Just think of the ocean. Ever heard of it?
Once or twice? Okay.
I don't mean to overstep, but you really don't have to go tomorrow. She'll be okay as long as most of you go, or a good chunk of you goes. I mean, you don't have to prove anything to anyone.
Yes, I do. To myself, I'm not equipped to survive this, but if I can do that, then maybe I can do more than I think I could.
Hey, well, can't knock the hustle.
you don't happen to have any instruments that you've collected?
I have a grand piano, if that's something that you could...
You have a grand piano?
No, we're on a rooftop. I don't. No,
Oh.
Sorry. Bad joke.
Not very good at humor, I'm sorry.
Me neither, apparently. Yeah, see? Okay, well, you need anything? Like, do you need, like, are you hurt? Any kind of gestures
no.
to the blood that's still on your blouse?
It's not mine. I'm gonna go breathe.
Okay, yeah,
And
sure.
Patricia just walks away, finds sort of a solitary place to comfortably sit, and just, like, kind of closes her eyes and just, like, almost meditates.
Yeah. As this is happening, we cut back over to, Leah, Julian. Leah says, Jules, I feel like sorry, but I mean, I know that there was nothing that I could have done, but I feel sorry. Wish I could have told you that everything was okay.
How did you... What was it like for you? Because we just lost contact. We didn't even... We were just sitting there.
It was bad. Really bad.
Okay. You don't have to talk about it. You don't. And I'll like kind of like hold her.
I do.
Well, you don't have to now.
Jules, I'm sorry.
Are they out there? Like, are they?
No. No.
What?
When it first happened, we all found each other. Our families. And I stayed there for a while. I was there for about a month. We were all okay. And then something happened and someone got bit and came back and I had to kill him, Julie. She just starts crying.
I would just hold her while she gets it out.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, I was so worried about you. And I don't know what this says about me, but I didn't even think of my parents. And now I feel like a real... I don't know, Leah. Sometimes I don't even feel human anymore.
Yeah, I can relate to that. We found each other, and she squeezes your hand. Live. It's not a dream this time. You're really here. You're right in front of me. And that's pretty great. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. It's great. I'm really happy to see you. We should just get married.
Excuse
we
me?
should just we should just do it right now. We should just like fuck it, right? I went on this trip to get money to get for a wedding that isn't gonna fucking happen anymore.
Okay.
Who cares? Does it matter?
No.
I'm sorry, I'm yelling.
No, I
didn't
guess
mean
no, it's fine. Yeah, you shouldn't yell though.
Yeah, I like look around for Carol.
She peers upon my no. Okay, fuck yeah. Why not? Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
And like for the first time, I feel like excited and impulsive,
same for her.
And I like kiss her back.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a gross, awful feeling in the pit of my stomach, and I hate everything. Mm-hmm. And something is saying, absolutely, don't do this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would like start taking her around to find someone, or like, does she know someone who? Or do you have someone in mind that?
I mean,
you know these people. You know who's close. Who are you close with? Who's?
I mean, I've only been here. I haven't been here as long as everybody else. Roy's pretty nice. Abe's a good guy. Carol would make sense, but also not. What about you?
I mean, Daisy was military, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah, what branch?
He was in the army.
Army, okay. Because who can marry people legitimately in the old world?
In the military, you'd have to, yeah, captains of ships, first of all, but that's, yeah.
That's what I literally, so I would be, when she asks who I know, I would immediately be like, fuck. Arthur.
What if we ask... Let's ask Abe to do it. If anybody's been my friend here, it's been him. And... I don't know, he's a good guy.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
This is happening. This is crazy. Okay. Well, do you want to tell your friends that this is happening?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, where should we meet?
Let's meet, back where we were when we first got here.
Hey.
Just right in the middle.
Alright, I'll be right there. She leans in and kisses you big, and then she kind of laughs and turns around, like turns you around and smacks you in the butt.
Hey, we're back. Yeah, I would immediately go.
Yeah, who do you go find first?
Daisy.
Okay. Alright. You go and you find Daisy. Daisy.
And if Daisy's like near, it would probably be Daisy and either Courtney or Brandy, whoever's like.
I would actually say the three of them are actually kind of close together. Brandy, you find Brandy and Courtney kind of going through some very basic knife movements. And next to them, you see Daisy cleaning her gun.
Hey.
Hey.
That's looking really good, Courtney. Glad. Hi, so sorry. Don't mean to interrupt. So Leah. That's Leah. Leah is my fiance. We're gonna get married.
What?
Like right now. Like she's gonna go talk to Abe and we're just gonna do it.
That's great.
Fuck yeah. Okay, sure.
And I just wanted to see if maybe you guys would want to come. It's obviously and I like gesture wildly to the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it would just be I don't know, like fuck it, why not, you know?
Hey,
Fuck it, why not? Let's
good
go.
for you, Jules. Yeah, no, let's do it. Like right now? And Daisy starts to like stand up.
Yeah, oh, this watch hasn't worked for 2 months. Yes. Yes. We're gonna meet where we came in. I'm gonna go tell Victoria and
Do you need
Doug and
anything?
Patricia. I'd love it if you stood with me. I don't know if we're doing that. I didn't even talk to her about it, but I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, of course, I'd be honored.
Is that okay? Is that...
It's more than okay. And she comes up and she gives you a big hug.
Okay.
And then she
Yeah.
looks over at Brandy and Courtney. Well, you guys coming?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Courtney, do you say anything?
I would shake my head in like disbelief of this whole thing and
Yeah.
walk along
Oh,
with them.
come on, Courtney. It's a win. Let's go.
Okay, you next would come across Roy and Victoria sitting down talking.
And like I'm like gathered. I imagine
Yeah,
it's like
it's literally
me
like,
walking
yeah.
through and like a gaggle of people, and I
Yeah.
just walk by Victoria and I'm like, hey, I know you're gonna love this. There's gonna be a wedding in like 4 minutes, maybe less. Back where Rory came in. So gather around, bring whoever you want. And I'm like feeling
Roy
great
kind of
at
like
this point.
Roy literally raises his hand.
Yes, Roy.
I don't mean to. I don't want to. I'm ordained. I mean, it's one of those online things.
Roy, the fuck,
But-
man. Come on, get in here.
And he
You're
kind
gonna have to fight Abe for it, though, I think.
of he kind of stands and laughs, you guys keep walking. The last person that you come across, who kind of is by herself, and seems to be a little lost in thought, is Patricia.
I would probably... I would, like, send everybody... No. Oh my gosh, how can we play this? Okay. Everyone is there.
Okay.
I'm not sending anyone ahead, but I would look at Patricia and I would go up to her and I would be like, hey, I'm really glad that you are here. Because before I got on the ship, Leah and I were trying to find like a really talented musician to like play us in. And I know you don't have a piano or anything here, but would you like to come to my wedding?
Your wedding?
Yeah, I'm getting married in like at this point like a minute and a half maybe. Where we came in. And everybody's coming, like, and I like gesture to the like gaggle of people, and I'm like, we all would love.
Steph and Doug got the memo and are there.
Yeah.
Brandy tracked them down. She like,
Yeah.
I was like, you're coming.
Okay, cool.
I would
I'm
imagine
like
they
putting
saw
everyone
us, like,
together.
Yeah.
I've somehow made Victoria my wedding, like my planner.
Yeah.
Like, you go there, you go there,
Yeah,
you're gonna
yeah.
go there.
Victoria's like bride or groom.
Yeah, I would love if you would come.
Yeah, I might be able to help without a piano.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay. Come on. And
Alright.
I'll try to like pull her up if she'll let me and
Yeah.
bring her with us.
Nope. All right, so you all get to that rooftop. You see that Leah and Abe and 2 other random, nondescript, unnamed people.
Oh, what are their names? How do I have more friends than my fiance?
She's
I'm
only been there a month.
awkward weirdo.
She's only been there a month, but she kind of smiles as she sees you, and even though this is not, you're literally just approaching, but it is almost this like walking down the aisle moment as she like just sees you approaching.
Like as soon as they start to enter, I imagine Patricia like is classically trained and like sings something classical.
Do you just sing loudly?
No, I would just sort of sing like coming in behind them so that I was like up.
Let's say that you know like let's say that you're able to like
it's definitely very high.
Let's say you're able to like hum it very very prominently. And as that's happening, Leah kind of looks at you, and then she kind of like tilts her head at Roy, and she looks at you.
He's ordained. Did you know he's ordained?
Oh.
This is real. This is legit. I mean, it was real before, but...
And she looks over at Abe, and Abe's like, hey, no big deal. And she kind of looks at Abe, and she says, well, will you stand here still? Will you be there?
Yes.
And Abe's like, dude, yeah. And he gets up, and he stands behind Leah, and then Leah looks at you. Oh, maybe you need... I don't know.
No, this is Daisy.
Daisy kind of waves and reaches out her hand and shakes. And Leah grabs her hand but then pulls her in for a hug. And says, it's really nice to meet you, Daisy. And Daisy kind of like laughs, is very clearly uncomfortable but not in like a bad way. Yeah. And pushes away. And then you all gather there. Roy is standing at the edge of the roof. Behind him and about 30 feet down is the dead Brett Smith.
Hot. Exactly how I pictured my wedding going.
And the 2 of you stand there, and Abe and Daisy stand on either side of you, and everybody else just kind of intermingles and watches, and Patricia lets out this like very last beautiful melody of notes. And Roy says, so you're gathered here today, right? Because life sucks right now. And if I'll be damned, 2 people have decided to give us a little bit of hope. And I think we should all embrace that and should hold them up in this moment. Do either of you have anything you would like to say to each other? And he kind of looks at you. First.
I'm not really a woman of many words. But I have thought of nothing more than this woman for the past 3 months. And I didn't even think that I would have a moment to see her again. Let alone stand here with people that I barely know and people that I don't know at all, to have this moment. And I'm not gonna cry. But I love you. And this isn't the life that I thought we would have. But I don't want to live another day in this world without knowing that I did something about how much I love you.
Roy. All right. Leah? Leah says, I love you more than anything. And I don't want to wait another second. She looks at Roy. Roy smiles. He says, for the rest of your lives, whether they be 10 feet from this moment or 10,000 years, love one another. And remember that in the darkness you are each other's light. By the powers invested in me, by soyouwannabeapreacher.com, I have now lawfully wed you. You may make out.
Yeah.
And she just pulls you in for a big kiss.
Yeah.
And that's where we're gonna take a little bio break as everybody very quietly kind of claps and cheers. So we're gonna take a little bio break there. So stand up, stretch, get some water, but don't go anywhere because we'll be right back. And we're back. Thank you for waiting. And so we are now going to step forward in time just a little bit. Just an hour or so. The wedding has happened. There was a moment of celebration. Maybe even a few moments. But despite your best, even Julian and Leah, eventually, for some of you quicker than others, the just like solemnness comes back. And Julian and Leah, you have gone back to Leah's tent and you're talking and smiling and in love with one another, but also like you can feel that there is a conversation that is not happening, that needs to happen. And you're both just trying to avoid it and cover for it with your love for one another, and it's very real, genuine love, but it is still a coping mechanism for things left unsaid. Brandy, you are approached by Abe, and he comes up to you, and he says, so, Army, huh?
Army.
How long?
I knew I should have pegged you as a Marine. I knew it. Hell.
We're not all assholes, okay?
No, but there's a feeling
Yeah.
about you.
Well, we're the best ones, so I just,
There it is.
that's...
There it is.
I mean, it's simply a fact, and it's not one that we have to get into right now.
Of course.
I'll take what I can get. Even an army rat.
Mm-hmm.
No, for real, it's, I feel lucky. Other than Roy, I haven't really met anybody who's... How long were you in the service?
Oh gosh. Well, I joined pretty much. It would have been about 9 years.
Hmm.
All told, 9.
I'm on year 6. I was deployed, here.
For this.
Yeah, start of it. I was on reserve, but they pulled in whoever they could.
Right.
Combat is one thing, this was another.
Yeah.
And you've seen it.
Yeah. They don't get it. There's a different way you make decisions, and there's a different way you think about things and balance. And I guess I just didn't really realize how different I thought until now.
Yeah, they kind of rewire your brain.
Yeah. And you start to feel like maybe maybe all these other people are right and I'm the crazy one.
You're not crazy. No. I get it. It's been frustrating, to be honest. Especially, I mean, I came here with my brothers up. And, you know, you get used to, I mean, let's just face it, you know, say it what it is, but you get used to a certain level of competence. You know, because you need it. You need to know that that's there. You need to trust that so that you can do your job.
Right.
Just like I've been doing everybody's job. Tiring. Horrifying.
Yeah.
What was it like up there for that long?
Lonely.
Hmm.
You have too much time in quiet. I'm sure you did not have that same luxury here.
Not until recently.
And quiet was bad too. I wouldn't say worse, because that's ridiculous to compare, but your thoughts just bounce around forever, and you start to think of all the worst things you've done. It's the first stuff. So. Yeah. Too quiet.
Tomorrow's gonna be hard. We have a path. If everything goes smoothly, only once do we have to get down on the street. Then it's a big gap to the hospital. 25 feet.
From the last roof.
Yeah, we built a structure that we think is going to be good, but not engineered.
Yeah.
Then,
What if it doesn't work? What's plan B?
plan B, sucks. There's
As plan
a
B normally does.
yeah. In the back hospital, there's an ambulance. It seems functional. We thought maybe somehow we turn the sirens on, draw infected over there, and then enter through the front. But that's, I mean, it's not good. Not good.
Yeah. That's really bad.
It's also our escape route.
But you
Because
don't know for sure if it is operational or not.
we don't know, but if we can use it, bring back so much.
Yeah, we should use it if we can.
But it's also going to draw more attention. Yeah, so now you see what I've been dealing with by myself. I mean, Roy's been helping, but you really just kind of looking to me to decide exactly how we do this.
Man, your poor small marine brain. How else could you
Oh,
possibly-
okay. All right. Sure. Yeah. You can just figure it out if you want to. I can just walk away.
Please don't. Yeah, well, I'd like to see the structure. I'm not the most well. Actually, hold on. We have a mechanic of sorts with us.
Really?
Yeah, Doug. You should have him take a look at it. See if he can't shore it up a bit.
Well, it's at the location. It's too big to take back and forth. We've been slowly making our way there to build it. imagine how hard it is to hammer and drill things quietly.
Alright, well maybe I'll talk to him before we go.
I mean, he uses expertise for sure. But then once we get in, the hard part starts. First of all, we don't know if Roof is going to have access where we need to go. We assume it will, but will it be locked? We don't know. We got to get in. And then when we get in, we got to hope that barricades held, and I don't know. We'll go through a standard clearing format. And he kind of like, he goes into like some of the logistics with you, and you like argue over two different but pretty similar philosophies of exactly how to clear a room, and you just kind of help him talk through that. Patricia, what do you find yourself doing immediately after this?
I think I would try to socialize a little bit. Like, is there anybody who seems like they're sort of also off on their own?
Courtney probably is off on their own, trying to just sort through all the shit that's been going on.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense too, because Patricia does like to learn things, and you got valuable skills right now. So Patricia would go up to Courtney. You're very good at this.
Doesn't feel that way, but thank you.
Where did you, are you a doctor?
Nurse practitioner, really. Everybody on the ship calls me Doc, but there's not a whole lot of things I can't do in the normal circumstances of taking care of people on a ship. But yeah, no, not a doctor.
I don't know much about any of the basic first aid that you've done. Do you think you could teach me?
Sure. Yeah. It's really not that hard once you learn the steps. And I would just open up the like first aid kit, and seeing that she's missing a couple points of HP. Like for instance, I mean, we could bandage this up. I'll show you. And I think you're missing like 2.
Yes. Yep.
So I would top you up.
Wow. Patricia's an excellent student. So she says, do you have enough bandage for me to just try on you, and then we can wrap it back up?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I skinned my knee when we were running.
Perfect. And I actually have a med kit, so I would actually take out my own, like, bandages. And how many are you missing?
I think I was just missing 2.
I would give you both.
Awesome.
And because I'm also book smart, I'm immediately really good at it.
She does take to it very quickly, and you see her, she's a pianist, she's a musician, so she understands precision with her hands, and agility with her hands, and so she does kind of fall naturally into like the delicate nature of bandaging someone, and you are impressed. Usually someone would have used like 50% more like gauze or product or something like that, and she's able to utilize it very efficiently.
Oh, you took to that quick.
You feel better?
I do. Thank you.
Okay, that's useful.
Did you know he was talking to these people?
Honestly, no.
Okay.
I think there's a lot that I didn't know. That's what I'm learning.
Don't know what his plan was, but I wish he was still here.
Me too.
You going with us?
Yes.
Good. It'll be nice to have somebody to help patch people up.
I
You
will.
seem pretty smart.
So do you.
Good to have survivor in our midst.
I wouldn't go that far, but maybe I'll get there.
I don't know. It got you off the boat. Not saying that this is much better than where we left, but
I think it could be better though, and we could help the people who are still there, right?
yeah, we need to help those people. They trusted us.
Whoa.
Courtney would just, kind of smile at that and feel a little bit more assured.
Yeah, I think that's a perfect moment to kind of cut away, as the two of you kind of like maybe even share a slight giggle over that moment, and as we cut away from that, Victoria, is there anything?
I think I am. Would I be able to like find Carol?
Carol, for sure. Yeah.
Just like try to get an idea of what she needs and what I can prepare.
Okay. So you approach what looks to be like the main tent where Carol stays. Bud is kind of just, he's not like standing guard, but he is like sitting on a crate, seemingly kind of bored right outside the entrance. And you approach, he kind of looks at you. He puts a hand up, like walks into the tent, and then he comes back out after a couple seconds and then motions you inside. Walk in. Walk in and
Ma'am.
you see Carol. She's sitting in a folding chair, using a crate of what looks like, maybe not even a crate, like a used box of like groceries, something kind of mass produced like Costco style, and he's using that as a desk. And she's looking it over, and you see that she's going through, at brief glance, what looks like a ledger of some sort. She looks up at you. Victoria, is that right? What can I do for you, Victoria? She shuts the book.
Well, I would consider myself sort of a leader of my people, and I just figured I should talk to you, see what you need. I could get anything together that we have and make sure everything's ready to go. I could make a list.
Well, are you going with Abe and Roy tomorrow?
I am.
Good. Got step one, probably. How many people exactly are on that ship? You would know the answer to be, at this point, probably like 250.
250 some?
And what's the plan exactly with them?
I guess the plan is to get as much supplies as we can and get back to them and try to help those people.
Okay, well, once you've brought back what you can from the hospital, we'll see if we can spare a little extra and help you out with what we can, and then Godspeed scavenging the rest.
Do you think maybe the ship would be a safer home base? Maybe everyone should go back to the ship.
Here, think about that for a second. Going to the ship sounds like you're just waiting to die. What are you gonna do out there? Yeah, the infected aren't here, but then what?
With all due respect, ma'am, I don't see the difference between standing on a roof and a ship.
Well, we're not gonna stay
there's
here.
Strength in numbers.
I suppose you're right. There are strength in numbers. And I'd say the infected outnumber us easily 6-1. They have the numbers, even with 250 people. You bring those people to this shore, you're going to be ringing the dinner bell. And that's good and fine, if that's what you want to do. But we're going to be moving on from these rooftops. This is temporary.
Where are you going to go?
Out in the land. People aren't. Live off what we can. Good amount of us know how to take care of ourselves. I pick and choose well. Travels with me.
I guess I'm just somebody who wants to save as many people as I can, not just the people I like.
Well, I hope that strategy lasts you a very long time.
Thank you.
Listen, I understand where you're coming from, doll, alright? You've been out there on the ship for a few months. Things have been bad, for sure. You haven't had as much shampoo as you're used to. But here, things have been real. Things have changed here. And I don't fault you for not changing along with it. You weren't here. I don't fault the ones who are here that didn't change along with it. But they're not the ones who are going to stay with me. It's not about pleasantries anymore, Victoria. It's not about platitudes. It's about surviving. And that's what I plan to do. And it's not going to happen with a bunch of tan line Carnival cruise ship goers.
My goal is survival too.
Good. Should be. Good luck,
I think
Victoria.
You'd be surprised that really the skills that we've all been able to work on and stuff, we're gonna survive. I try to get out as quick as I could.
Yeah, you leave, you storm away. And we kind of walk away from that moment. Definitely, like, Victoria probably dealing with, like, the, just, like, is she right? Is she not right? Like, it's like, no, she can't be right. Like, saving the most people, that's the best thing to do. That's the right thing to do. And just kind of, like, your thoughts are swimming, obviously, after an interaction like that. And we cut back to Julian and Leah. and there's been about 5 minutes of silence. Not awkward. Very pregnant, actually. This pause. And I mean, we're talking triplets, third trimester. The tension is palpable. And she finally just says, like, you see her like exhale, and she goes, "Are you going?"
I mean, I have to. Right?
Yeah.
I have to.
Yeah.
And I don't want to leave so soon after this, but I mean,
Well, then I'll
that's
just
our
go.
lives now.
Come
Excuse
on.
me?
I mean, listen. I'm gonna eventually have to learn to do all the shit that I've been avoiding learning by being with you.
Okay, what have you avoided learning?
What I mean is like I don't like that stuff as much as you do. You've gone on a lot more hikes without me than you have with me, and I try to go, and it's fun, and but there's air conditioning inside, and that feels good, and there's books.
Not anymore.
And yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So you were right. And this was useful information that I should have known, and I have to learn it sometime. So why not now? And honestly, if you try to keep me from going, I'll beat you up.
Okay.
If you try to keep me from going, I will try very hard to beat you.
I kind of want to see if anything's gotten better in that front.
Really? Okay. Well.
Yeah, hit me.
I'm not gonna hit. Okay, I'll hit you.
Yeah, hit me.
Okay, I'll hit you in your arm.
Hit me in my arm.
Okay. Did you get... Which one's the one you didn't get shot in?
Oh.
Okay. And she reels back, and she's gonna add a +1 to this roll.
Damn.
That's a 12, but that doesn't meet your AC, right?
No.
So what I'm gonna say is that she does connect with you.
Yeah.
But she kind of like tries to hide the fact that her fist hurts.
Oh.
So, and like you, like, I mean, it's...
Yeah.
You're honestly like a little... The tiniest part of you is like really? Like, you're like, you know, like,
I don't think you should go.
And she looks at you like, so.
I mean, it's definitely better than it was.
Listen, that's not what I'm good at. But I'm pretty quick and not an idiot. And I'm not leaving your side.
So what you're saying is this could be like our honeymoon.
Oh my god, yes! That's so cute. Horrible.
That's kind of disgusting. I kind of like it. Should we go tell Abe?
No, I already told him.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Like, I don't know you. That was gonna be the end of this, no matter what.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
When you killed my parents, and I mean that I'm not mad. This isn't like I'm bringing it up for a fight or like.
Just ask your question.
And I'll like hold her hand, like.
That helps.
How far did they get?
Not very. I didn't mean.
Didn't mean it.
You're in a car. We were driving somewhere to try to find help for them. And turned, yes, the word for it, while we were in the car. We were in the front seat and back, and he started swerving. I tried fighting them off. They just were hitting me. They were trying to bite me. I slammed into a telephone pole and both went flying through the windshield. Your mom didn't get up, but Dad did. That's when I knew thing had taken over them and that they were gone. He shouldn't have been able to. He came at me and I pushed him back. His head hit a rock. I said it. It was bad. It was really bad.
I'll just like hug her.
She hugs back. Just cries. Says I'm so sorry.
And I'm like holding her and like my motions are comforting.
Yeah.
But all I can think of is the infected that I saw downstairs, and like hoping in the back of my head that I'll get to see one a little bit closer.
Yeah.
On this trip.
Yeah.
And I'll just like hold her and be thinking. It's like that meme of like, oh my god, is she cheating on me? Is she thinking about other women? And it's just me thinking about infected.
Yeah. Horrible. Okay, great. As we cut away from that, we will say that eventually you guys find yourselves at rest the evening. I do have a question for Miranda. Miranda, do you ever let anybody else know about the 2 books that you found?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So, what I will say is before you like actually fall asleep, there is a total of 4 hours of reading time available for all of you to use. There's only 2 books and they both take 2 hours to read. So you're not all going to be able to get the benefits from all of them. But you might be able to finagle a way that some of you get some things. So talk amongst yourselves. I don't know how you want to do that, but there is 1 book that will up your attacks by 1, and there is 1 book that will up your AC by 1.
Are these reusable?
They are reusable, so you can all use them, but you just have a total of 4 hours to read. So, and there's only 2 books, like I said. So there's a way that you're gonna have to try to like space it out.
Can I wouldn't be that person and try to finagle this?
Yeah, but I mean, please.
You can say no. Can we have a read aloud where 2 hours I read one of the entire books out loud to the whole group and we get it, and the other person reads
Gather
it
round!
and everyone gets it, because then it's
I mean,
if no, that's totally fair.
I have a question for you.
Uh-oh.
Of course.
And answer honestly, all of you. Would your characters 1 present that and 2 join in it? And if the answer is yes to both of those, then I'll allow it.
If it was presented, I would join in a heartbeat.
I think Courtney, would, especially having already tried to train with Brandy, would want to learn how to attack better at least.
Okay. You all get a +1 to your AC and a +1 to your attacks. Well done, Kelsey.
Sorry.
Wait, all of us?
All of you, yeah.
I wouldn't have gone though.
Okay, if you
And
wouldn't
I'm
have
not
gone.
trying to be the teacher. Guys, I just got married, okay? And I'm
Yeah,
going on my honeymoon
you're-
tomorrow. I'm fucking, okay?
If you wouldn't have gone, then you don't get either. But you do
Yeah.
have the military vest, so you do get. A
I
want to
I want to be honest because I don't want to.
I appreciate
bump
that.
myself
Yeah.
up.
That's what I asked for. So thank you.
What's the attack?
Basically, maybe it's easier to just say no because then that would affect the abilities. But yeah, basically, what your plus to hit with your weapons, you would get a +1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like if it's plus agility, it would be plus your agility +1.
Yeah, but just to hit, not damage. And then the AC is obviously just +1 AC. Okay, great. So, that being said, there's definitely no time for anything else because you're all either having sex or having a book club.
Honestly, my dream life.
So we cut away from that. You guys wake up the next morning.
Long
The
rest.
rain has ceased. You had a long rest. For the remains, to remind the viewers and the players, you do not regain all your hit points when you rest, but you heal by 1 hit point. So if you are missing 1 hit point, you can heal 1 hit point. But just like real life, it takes you some time to heal up in the remains, unless you use a med kit. Abe is able to provide a med kit.
Hateful.
He's able to provide a med kit. He keeps it on him, but he has a med kit. He is able to provide 2 Molotovs. So who wants those?
What are our Molotovs? Agility.
Yeah.
If somebody has a higher agility, I only have 1. But I would take a Molotov.
Brandy?
I'll take one.
Okay, Brandy will take 1. Abe will keep another one for himself. And then as far as like actual weapons and ammo, you can all up your ammo for any weapon that you have by 2. That's it. Yeah.
Before I got the shotgun, how much was in there?
I think I said, but I don't remember.
Okay.
I think 4, so we'll make it a total of 6 now.
So is there, how many can I hold in the chamber?
2.
2, and then I have 4 extra.
Yeah.
Or 6 extra.
And up by.
Well, no,
They
you'd have
have
4
any-
extra with you.
Do they have any like extra guns?
No.
Okay. 'Cause
However,
when
what I
said
will
had a gun
say
earlier, I was lying.
What I will say though is, well, I think some people have 2 guns.
I think you might have. Did somebody take the captain's gun?
Yeah, the captain had a rifle. Someone took that. Randy did.
I have a rifle right now. We took the shotgun. Remember, we were able to pull the shotgun off of Brett as he fell. So we have a shotgun.
That's what I have, yeah.
Okay. And then
Yeah.
we had 2 handguns.
Yeah, the woman had a handgun, and Angie just came with a handgun.
Right.
So there's
Yeah.
2 handguns up for grabs.
I think Miranda
I
picked up a
took
gun.
the other handgun.
Okay, so Miranda got a handgun.
Do you happen to remember how much ammo there was
5.
with that? Okay. So I would have 6
Yeah.
now. Okay.
I'm using my alcohol and rags to make a med kit.
Cool.
Also,
Also, what they can give you, they can't give you any more guns, but what they can give you is either the equivalent of a knife or are bats D6s as well? Will one of you confirm that for me?
That is a...
Yeah.
D6
Yeah,
plus
so
muscle.
they will give you
Plus
either
muscle.
the equivalent of a bat or knife. So if you're bronze higher, you'll take the bat. If you're agility higher, you'll take the knife. So they can give you the equivalent of that, but they don't have any extra guns.
I already have 2 knives, so I'll stick with my 2 knives.
Okay, perfect. Roy has a rifle. Abe has a handgun. The LeBlanc twins do not come.
I need to
Doug
give
does not-
something to them. I have the letters from their dad's pocket.
You
I
do?
just realized.
Yep,
Can I
you
go
sure do.
before we leave?
Of
Okay,
course.
It's not be right now, but please
Yeah,
don't let me forget.
I'll keep that in mind. Yeah. Doug does not go. Steph does not go. Really, it's you 5, Daisy, and then Abe and Roy. So it's you 5 and 3. As you are all gathering up, Brandy, you find a moment to find the twins. They are nearby and watching you guys prep, but like not walking over.
Yeah. She would approach and just kind of trying to be like as direct as possible. I have to believe that at some point in her career she's seen active combat. Like I feel like there had to have been a moment where she came back and like had to tell someone, you know, oh your kid, like, you know, so she's very matter of fact about it, but like not mean or rude, but like takes the letters out and hands them over. I'm assuming these are for you.
Maya kind of takes them, looks at him. She like inhales, kind of a shuddering breath, and then nods. And Ava looks at you and reaches out and just kind of like touches your like elbow, grabs it. Thank you.
I want you both to know that your Arthur was a very good man, and he trusted people down to the end, and he was good.
They kind of,
get the heck out.
Yeah, it's a very somber moment, but you know, it is, you know, there is some closure there that they didn't have. What do you do with the satellite phone?
That I'm gonna keep.
Okay, yeah. They don't ask for it. They don't ask after it.
I don't think they'd need it. It's not like
no, because they have one.
Yeah, but they don't need it. So I'm gonna,
exactly.
I'm gonna keep it.
Yeah, they don't ask after it.
Well,
it's up to you.
Yeah, I would give it to him, and I'd just say,
if you start to hand it to them, Ava's gonna go.
Do you think we can use? Does this still work?
It was shoddy when it did, but we can try.
Can we give it to Doug? Just for a minute. Because I think if we could just... I'd love his opinion on this contraption they're making, and if I can describe it to him while I'm there, it might be helpful.
Sure. Yeah, here. There's.
I'll have him give it back to you, and then we'll give this back. And it'll be all
Thank you
fine.
again. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. She'd run over and find Doug and like give him the phone and explain like, I don't know if this is gonna work.
Okay, I don't. All right. I don't know what I'm gonna be able to do. I'll try my best.
Well, you know, you just know more about metal than I do, so I just feel like I'll describe it to you, and no big deal.
I mean, I'm not an engineer, you know.
Yeah, right. I mean, but you've seen more than I have.
Okay, all right. Yeah, sure. Okay.
And if you don't know, it's not.
What if I mess up though?
There is no messing up. I don't think it could be any more.
Okay.
Than it already is, buddy.
Okay. All right. Okay, I'll wait. I'll wait.
Okay. All right.
You rejoin the group. And Abe is there with all of you. He kind of goes over briefly what's going down, which is you will be traveling over rooftops using bridges that they have built and that they are carrying with them. They're basically long, sturdy planks of wood. And you will arrive at the last rooftop. There will be one time where you have to dip down into the street. You will arrive at the last rooftop where you then have to build a bridge over to the hospital. And he doesn't sugarcoat it. He tells you that it is a very long gap, 7 stories up. And that the best that they can do is tie a rope to the person who's walking, and then to a person who, and then to like a pylon on this side, so that if they fall, they could maybe get caught by the rope. But big maybe. So you all start to make your journey. You start to travel over the rooftops as the sun begins to rise. It's yet another overcast day. Hard to tell whether the clouds themselves are overcast or it's just a blanket of smoke and debris in the sky. It is definitely a sobering sight. You all continue to travel. Occasionally you see groups of infected running up and down the street. You see them huddled in little huddles in certain alleyways. Mainly you don't see them, but when you do, it's definitely eerie. When you do, you usually like get down and quieter. Sometimes you wait for them to pass before you continue to move. As you are traveling, you come across the time where you have to get down on the street. There's a ladder that you have to climb down that goes into an alleyway. You cross a like kind of courtyard area and you run up these stairs to get to another ladder that leads to the next roof. You all slowly make your way down the ladder, and I need everyone to make sneak checks for me as you hit the ground level.
It's not good. Oh wait, no, it's not.
18.
Okay?
15.
Okay?
Oh no.
8.
Okay?
14.
14? Okay?
And
10. Alright. Abe gets a +4. That's a 6. Daisy gets a +3.
You got a 6?
That's
Oh.
a 12.
Jesus Christ.
Roy gets a +4. 21. And Leah.
The biggest one.
Yeah, Leah.
Leah gets a +2. That's a 17.
Oh, bless her. That's my wife.
So you all start to travel and make your way through. And you hear shuffling near you.
yeah.
You see a group of infected huddled by a car. They're on the other side of you from now. And Abe kind of puts up a finger, tells all of you to be quiet. You all crouch down. You start to slowly sneak your way across this courtyard. And you see at the base of the stairs in front of you, or where you're headed, the gate is closed. And Gabe's eyes go wide at that. He looks back. He kind of mouths / says, and as he says that, you hear a very quick shuffling. And all of you kind of instinctively look over to your right, and that group of 3 infected huddled over, their bodies broken, some of them, blood pouring out of their mouths. There's almost like a little puddle that sits at the bottom of them of saliva and blood. They all 3 have eerily turned and are looking right at you. And then they start to scream and they sprint forward, and I'm going to need everyone to roll initiative.
Isn't gonna go well for Patricia. What do you add for initiative?
Agility.
19.
Okay, hold on just a second. I'm going to add you guys
Ooh.
to a turn order.
Oh my
Would you
god.
Look at that.
And
Would
then
you look at that?
you will see
Would you look at that? Are they stalkers?
They are not stalkers.
Hi, Roy.
Hey, Roy.
Hey, Roy.
What's up, Roy?
Davis as well. Okay, that's the NPCs. Go ahead and put your tokens out on the map you should see a map, yeah. Out on the map around those NPCs where you think you would be. Should be able to control your token. Cool.
Whoa.
How do I do that?
You drag by the name and just drag it from the journal over to the right and put it on the map.
Drag me by my name. Where's my boo thing?
Oh yeah, I forgot to add her. I don't have a token.
That's okay.
Second. I wasn't prepared for her
To come.
to go, yeah. With the way things played out.
Here, I can put myself over here if you want.
Also, they could be stalkers. Takes
Move Victoria.
2 weeks to 1 year to reach the stage.
I mean, listen, if you want me to make it harder for you.
No, I just thought with them all like huddled and then going like this,
Yeah.
that they would be stalkers.
Okay, so it's gonna be right there. Middle. Okay. All right. So you should all have a portrait over to the left and where you see the turn order, and you should be able to edit that. Okay. Victoria, what did you roll for initiative?
19.
Add that. All right, so we needed
I'm
to
not
get.
on the turn order.
Oh, sorry, Courtney.
I
There
don't
you
think
go.
Leah is either.
Yeah, is it?
I feel like we're on the honeymoon and I have to keep advocating for her at like the hotel and like,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, she'll take
Courtney, what did
another
you get?
mimosa.
I got a 6.
6. All right, so we just needed this so we can. This hopefully won't be that long of a combat. We will see. All right, intense shit starts to go down. Victoria, you see these 3 infected just start sprinting at you. What do you do? Julian, you'll be on deck after an infected, obviously.
Give a mind game
Okay, to who?
to just like one of. I just pick one of these.
Well, actually, it might. You can use it as a reaction, so you can wait to use mind games until if it's not your turn. Bonus actions in this game can be used as reactions too. So, because mind games is you distract someone from attacking somebody else, right? They get like disadvantage on the attack. Yeah. So you can like wait until I'm saying like, Brandy, this infected runs up to you and swings at you, and then you can say mind games. And so even if it's not your turn, so you can hold that to when you like really want to use it.
Okay.
But you still have an action and movement.
Yeah. Then, how much is my movement?
30 feet. Sorry, I don't know if that's on the. And each of these are 5, so you can move 6 squares.
Okay.
And just so you know, right here, where you see this little ping, there's a gate right there.
Mm-hmm. That's close.
Yes.
Can I go diagonal? How does that?
Oh yeah, for sure. And you can move through people. You're just like, it's 5 feet, so you're like running around people, swerving.
I think I would want to go over and try to kind of get behind the car over here.
Okay, yeah, totally. You can totally do that. And do you want to use your action at all? Do you want to shoot with your handgun? Do you want to just... You don't want to draw attention to yourself?
Yeah, I think I'll shoot.
Yeah, shoot? Okay, for sure. Go ahead and roll an attack. We'll say you're aiming at this one, the one closest to you. Oh wait, I need to show the stream. Alright guys.
Well, my agility is 0.
Yeah, you're not the most capable fighter, but you're really good at talking to people.
So that's a 9.
9 unfortunately is going to miss, so you shoot it and it goes wide. These creatures are fast and you aren't used to a gun. The first infected is going to run forward, and he is going to sprint right up to you, Brandy. And he is going to attack you. He gets a, want to remind myself, I'm pretty sure it's +5. No, they get a plus. Oh, here we go, +4. Okay. So this is going to be a +4. That is a 7. That misses you. So it comes out, swings, and you dodge, duck right out of the way. Julian, you are up.
Okay.
Trisha, you're on deck.
I am the protector, and I am in the back of the group, and I don't like that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna move here.
Okay.
Just like out of instinct,
Okay.
and kind of leave, sweet Leah, back there.
For sure.
And actually, I'll come right up to this one on Brandy.
Okay.
And, right, that's 10, 15, 12. Okay, so I'm good. And I'm gonna try to knife it.
Roll an attack.
Iggy. That is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20 is full damage. Roll damage.
What?
Hell yeah. 2.
2. Oh no.
I got a 1.
All right, so 2 points of damage.
Ooh, actually, can I use my I know pain and add 4 to that, so it's a 5?
Of course.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
So let me remind
You add
myself
4 to
over
2?
there.
That's 6.
What?
Add 4?
Add 4 total, so it's 5 total damage instead of 2. Because I got.
You
Oh wait.
add it on top of the bonus.
6.
No,
It would be 6
that's what I
damage.
forgot. Yeah, so it'd be 6. I did that last time too.
Yeah, so you stab right down into like you stab into the chest of this creature, and it is roars in pain and turns and looks at you, and you get exactly what you wanted, Julian, as this creature turns and screams at you, roaring at you. You see blood spew out. You even get covered with a couple of specks, and deep in the throat of this creature, you see tendrils of fungus spreading out and reaching towards you. Is that the end of your turn?
Can I gain 1 hit point for saying that?
No.
Damn it! No, that's the end of my turn. Yeah.
Okay, all right, that's the end of your turn. The next infected is going to run up on you. It is going to get a +4 to hit.
Are you kidding me? No, I don't have the chat up. Wait.
That is a 23, but a natural 19.
No.
No.
So,
Why does this always happen to me?
so first of all,
Wait, aren't the rules
No,
different
we're
for
gonna
players?
this is going to be, well, no, this is a bite.
Oh, okay.
So, first of all, you take 4 points of damage. And then we are going to roll on the D100.
Can I give my avoid bonus action
no.
to her? Okay.
That's you.
Can I use mind game?
You can mind games.
What does that do?
It'll give it.
Sorry, I
it'll give him
know.
disadvantage.
Okay, do it
Can
again,
you
Zach.
repeatedly
Yeah.
do mind games? Because didn't
She
that
didn't
happen
do
on-
it on her turn.
Oh, okay.
She specifically
Okay.
held it. Yeah.
Yep, held it.
That is a 6 plus 4, which is a 10, which does not hit.
Nice.
So it comes up to you. You see this future where it digs its teeth right into your neck.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
But you see Victoria just yell, "Hey!" right, like really loudly as it's running, and it kind of like turns last second and is just not focused. And misses you. So well done, Victoria.
Thank you.
So you don't take 4 points of damage. That is the end of its turn. Patricia, you are up. Brandy, you're on deck.
Patricia's definitely not brave enough to fight one of these on her own. But she's gonna sneak up right here and knife this guy.
Roll an attack.
Yes, queen.
Maybe it's a bit of a floppy stab.
Yeah.
No. Ooh, natural 19 plus 5, 24.
Brandy, you're like facing this infected, kind of holding it back. All of a sudden, you see a knife go right into the skull of this infected. And you look to expectantly see like Abe or somebody, but you see Patricia there with her eyes like super wide, just as like surprised as you are. And Patricia, you kind of have to like pull to get the knife out, and the infected falls on the ground.
He's like, hell yeah, sister.
All right. Is that the end of your turn, Patricia?
Yeah.
Great use of a turn. At the end of your turn, this infected is going to run up. He jumps on top of the car and is going to swipe down at you, Victoria. He gets a +4 to this. That is a 21. That's going to hit. You take 5 points of damage.
Jesus.
As it comes up and just slams into your... It like swings at you, and it does punch you, but really it slams your head into the vehicle, really like sending your head spinning. That is the end of its turn. Brandy, you are up.
Okay, I'm gonna run up here, and I'm gonna stab this guy.
All right, do it.
Do it! I dare you. That is a nat 20. I shit you.
Nat 20. You return the favor. You like run past the infected. You see Julian struggling with it. You reach out and you stab down. Actually, you don't even stab down. You just like immediately right in the temple, knowing exactly where to aim. Just like quick puncture wound, and the creature just immediately falls limp in your arms and falls to the side. Perfect. At the end of your turn, you hear a screech and a scream as another infected runs from back here. And he is going to sprint forward 5, 10, 15. And he's able to get right up to you there, Brandy. And Victoria, you hear to your right where this infected runs from in the corner of this alley. You hear more screaming. You hear more infected coming. So it is going to attack you, Brandy, with a +4. That is a 17. Yep. It is going to hit. He does 4 points of damage to you as it slams you right in the chest, kind of knocking the wind out of you. It is now Roy's turn, who is going to step up and fire his gun. Actually, he's going to... attempt to swing his equivalent of a bat at this creature. So he gets a +3 to this. That is a natural 1. So he like swings and like just like misses the creature completely. But at the end of his turn, an infected does not go. It's now Daisy's turn. All 4 NPCs are in a row. That does not help you guys. I mean, it kind of does. It kind of does, yeah. Yeah, because they actually, no, that's perfect, because no infected go after them, so that's great. So Daisy's going to walk up here. She's going to fire her pistol at this guy. She gets a +3. That is a 14 plus 17. That's going to hit. And she does 4 points of damage. Nice.
Daisy,
all right, that is the end of her turn. It is now Abe's turn, who is going to kind of slide up right here, right next to this dumpster, and is going to... actually, he's going to step forward and try to stab this guy. He gets a +4 to this. Oof! with that, he is able to immediately meet the headshot threshold and stab down into this infected and kill it. He's able to kill it right out. So that is the end of Abe's turn. It is now Leah's turn, who doesn't have any weapons and is going to kind of swing around. She has a knife, but these people are like, okay, she goes, yeah, that's good. She runs to the gate.
Hell yeah.
And she screams, "It's locked!"
Christ.
Fuck.
And then Roy screams, "We gotta break it open!" And that's the end of Leah's turn. Courtney, you're up.
Torn between wanting to heal people and wanting to help break down this lock.
Yeah. WWKD.
What would Courtney do? And they do have a bit of a god complex now. So I think they would run over to Joanne and grab them.
Joanne.
And,
Joanne!
That's what we call Julian now.
Yeah. Grab them and... God, stop. You just got fucking married. Are you seriously gonna die out here? And I would start patching them up for that instant heal of... how hurt are you? You're pretty chomped up, yeah?
No. Actually,
wait.
I didn't take any. I was about to, but then I... Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm only at 11 out of 15, so that's not...
Rewinding that slightly, then.
I would say,
we're both at
don't
11.
worry about me!
Yeah.
Courtney, I'm fine.
But yeah, so did
I'm
Brandy
over
get...
in the corner. like,
Miranda,
Yeah, Miranda's
Or-
looking.
Miranda's
Victoria, and
Yeah.
Brandy, I think.
Well, I'm over to Victoria then. And yeah. Kind of grab them and be like, we need your mouth more than we need your gun. And start pulling them back and patching them up.
Yeah, okay, so you can spend your action to heal if you want. Alright, so how much do you give her?
How hurt are you?
I am at 9 out of 15.
Oh yeah, let's go ahead and give you 4.
All right.
Oh my god.
And I'll
thank
say
you
with the
so
rest of
much.
your movement, you're able to like get her a little bit back as well. Perfect. Okay, so that is the end of Courtney's turn. At the end of Courtney's turn, another infected sprints out of the alleyway. This one, this infected seems to be like seem to have been like some sort of bodybuilder in their real life. They are huge. Like a huge dude. He runs forward full of anger and he's just gonna sprint right at Abe.
No.
He's gonna get a +5 to this. That is a 14, which is gonna hit. And these guys hit big. But he only had 3, so that's 3 points of damage to Abe. And that is the end of the infected's turn. Victoria, you're up.
Okay. Oh no. I think I would try to come and see if I could help with the gate.
Okay, sure, yeah. You see that there is a lock on the gate. It looks pretty weak. It looks like it's a padlock, but it doesn't look like the most high-end padlock in the world. You can try either prying it open with a knife or swinging at it with like the butt of your gun, whichever you one would use brawn, one would use agility, whichever one you would like to try to do.
Which one's brawn?
Muscle, sorry.
Which one's muscle?
Whichever one it says on your
Trying
character.
to do the handgun.
Sorry,
you're
yes,
saying
handgun. Yeah, handgun.
Okay.
Like hit it with your handgun.
Yeah, the handgun for sure.
Okay, go ahead and try it.
Be an 18.
18. Okay, that is one successful check. You loosen it up. You feel like it's working. You're going to need to spend a little bit more time trying to get it open. But that is one out of, you don't know how many successful checks that you need. Victoria uses her turn to help with the gate. That is the end of Victoria's turn. At the end of Victoria's turn, another infected is going to sprint out.
God.
This one is going to sprint, out in the open right towards Courtney here. This is a regular guy, gonna get a +4 here. That is a 16.
That does hit.
Which does hit.
Can I come back with the mind game?
You can just activate it. Like, we'll just say you're like yelling at these infected, like, hey! Like, over here!
Yeah.
Okay, so
Courtney just saved me.
exactly, yeah. So that's disadvantage, but that is unfortunately still a 12. So it was 2 12s. So that is a total of 5 points of damage to you, Courtney, as it kind of like slams into you. And narratively, we'll say it like slams into you and like knocks you to the ground, but you won't actually have to be on the ground. But that is the end of its turn. Patricia, you're up.
That last hit was what?
Oh, sorry, Julian's up. Sorry,
me.
yep, Julian's up. My bad.
Sorry, Patricia. Sorry, I gotta go, Patricia.
Go.
I will come help Hot Abe take care of this chunky.
Okay. You're flanking. Go ahead and roll with advantage.
Yeah. And I'm still using my knife because I'm trying to...
Yeah, you like try to like he's pretty big, so you like try to like jump on its back.
And is that advantage? That is a 22.
22 does not. It just misses the headshot threshold on these big dudes.
I thought you were gonna say
so it's full. No, so it's full damage, but you don't hit the headshot threshold though.
It's fucking 3 points. It's fucking knives.
That sucks. That does suck.
I'm saving my bonus this time.
Okay. So you stab into him, it definitely hurts him, but he's continuing to rampage. After his turn, this guy standing over Roy is just going to try to attack Roy with a +4. That's an 8. He misses Roy. That's the end of its turn. Patricia, you're up.
Okay. That last hit was very empowering. So she's going to just like look at the knife, put it up, and just run straight at this guy.
All right, perfect. Roll for an attack.
Ooh, not so good. 9. 14.
14 is going to hit and do full damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's only 3 points of damage.
Okay, 3 points of damage, better than what I had, which was nothing. Okay, so you do 3 points of damage to it. It's definitely like it's mad at you now for sure.
Great.
At the end of your turn, big guy is going to. He's going to attack Brandy or Julian after hurting him. This is a +5 to hit, and that is a 8, which is going to miss you. So it swings and misses. You're able to just like duck down as it takes a wide swing. That's the end of its turn.
What does
Brandy,
he look like?
You are up. Just a huge dude. Infected.
Does he have
his oh yeah, he has tendrils coming out of his mouth. And you actually see that out of the tear duct of one of his eyes, this like fungal protrusion is starting to grow and starting to like cover his eye.
Okay.
Am I allowed to ask a question as a free action?
Yes.
Okay, I was like, can I cry as a free action? I think that knowing that Abe is like military, I think there's just like a kind of leaning on the plan and
What did he say? You trust that the other person is competent so that you can do your job.
So she just asks, "Here or the gate? Where do you want me?"
Gate.
and she will run.
And you don't get opportunity attacks in this system, so you can just run away.
She's gonna shimmy right up here, and she's gonna take the butt of the rifle and well, no.
You can try to pry it open with a knife as a scrappy, which might be a little bit better for you.
Yeah, baby. That is a 14.
14 is not a successful check, unfortunately. So you continue to try to open it up, but that is your action. At the end of your turn, the one attacking Courtney and Patricia, he's going to attack you, Patricia. He's a +4 to this. That is a 16, which is going to hit. And deal, max damage of 6 points of damage to you, Patricia. As he just, like, swings and slices and, like, cuts a dirty fungal fingernail across your chin and then kind of cuts a little deep in the throat, and you start to, like, I mean, your esophagus isn't cut or anything, but you start to bleed pretty heavily from that cut. That is the end of its turn. It's now the NPC's turn. So Roy is going to swing at this guy again with a +3. That is a 12, which is going to do half damage. So that's 1/2 to 0. So he does 0 points of damage as he slams his bat into the creature. Great job, Roy. You're big and tough and failing. Daisy's going to take a shot with her pistol. Oh wait, no, Daisy. Yeah, she grabbed something. I thought she grabbed it. Maybe she took your pistol from you, because you grabbed the rifle and then you gave her your pistol. Is that what happened? Julian?
No, I still have. Yeah.
You have a rifle and your pistol?
I have the shotgun and my handgun.
Oh, your shotgun. I thought you grabbed the... No, Brandy grabbed the rifle. You have a shotgun and your handgun. Okay, so Brandy does not have a handgun, so she's just going to swipe with her knife. And she misses. Abe is going to continue to try to stab this guy. That hits and does full damage for a total of 2 points of damage. So you guys are hitting this guy, but you're just not doing much to him. And then it's Leah's turn. She is going to attempt to pry this lock open with a +2 to this. That is a 10. She's not able to do it. That is the end of the NPC's turn. Courtney, you're up.
Courtney getting kind of like bashed by this guy.
Yeah.
Is gonna stand up, trying to like center themselves, pulling out their small knife, trying to use the lessons that we learned.
Yes.
And the practice that I did with Brandy, and slash at the infected in front of me.
Go ahead and do so at advantage.
Oh, fuck yeah. There's an 18 and a 5. The 18 plus... that's agility and proficiency bonus.
Yeah.
Plus the little extra bonus that we got, so that's 23.
23. All right, with a 23, you will say what you do is you are about to try to just stab the creature, but you remember what Brandy told you, and you kind of strafe around and flank this creature, gaining you advantage on the attack, and you stab down and you completely stab right into the cranium. Actually, I'll even say as like a medical, you stab like right into the base of the skull, where the spinal cord meets, and you end this creature for sure. At the end of its turn, at the end of your turn, another infected is going to run out, and it is either going to run at Courtney or Julian. We'll say Julian is evens. That's Courtney. Gonna run straight up to Courtney.
Courtney
gets a +4 to this.
Can I take cover behind this burning barrel?
Doesn't matter. He rolled an 8, so he misses, and it is Victoria's turn. So Victoria, if you want to, as a person who has already had a successful check, you can now roll a check at advantage. You kind of like know the angle you need to approach after having a second attempt. What'd you get?
23.
23. That is definitely a successful check. You feel like if you can get one more good hit on this, that lock's going to open. So that's the end of your turn. At the end of your turn, this big guy is going to attack. Both of you are stabbing it. So evens is Julian again. That's odd, so it's going to attack Abe. Julian keeps getting missed. He gets a +5 to this. That's a 7. He misses. You guys are really distracting this big guy. He's not able to get in. Julian, it's now your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna... How hurt does the big guy look?
I mean, he looks hurt.
I'm gonna take out the shotgun.
Okay, roll at an advantage.
Go big.
Yeah.
17.
17 will hit and do full damage.
And it's a D10.
Yes, for a shotgun. Yep.
10.
10 was what he had left. You
I'm like, fuck you!
You wait for Abe to distract him. He turns around. That's just enough time for you to get out your shotgun. Fuck you! You angle it up, and luckily he's tall, so it doesn't just like immediately cover Abe and Viscera, but his head explodes upwards. As it does, there is a explosion of blood, viscera, but also spores that slowly start to fall. And that is the end of Julian's turn, unless you want to use an action or movement at all.
Seeing that, would just like to kind of lose myself in like watching the spores fall and like just crouch over the body of this nasty thing and just look and like observe it.
Okay, yeah. That is the end of Julian's turn. At the end of Julian's turn, this creature fighting Roy is going to attack him again with a +4. That's a 6. It's not going to hit. Patricia, you're up.
Okay. I'm gonna run this way.
Okay.
And I'm gonna see what I can do to help with this gate.
All right, roll either a muscle or agility check with your proficiency bonus.
Muscle or agility? We're gonna go with agility. 16.
16 is the DC, and the final check has been made. So Patricia runs up, sticks the knife right into the padlock, opens it up just enough where Victoria has already widened the gap in the metal, and the lock falls out, and the chain falls, and the gate starts to open.
I'll just yell, "Everybody go!"
Okay,
and
yeah.
And then start running inside.
Yeah, all right. That's the end of your turn. The infected attacking Courtney is going to attack you again. It gets a +4 to this. That is a 13.
That meets.
Okay.
Could I take? Yeah, I was.
You haven't, yeah, because you haven't used your bonus action and you haven't had a
Yeah.
turn yet. So yeah, you definitely can. So it'll miss. So you duck down behind that little barrel there, and it swings and it misses you. That is now Brandy's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna step here.
Okay.
And I'm going to take cover behind this barrel, and I'm gonna yell again just to reiterate, "Gates open, everybody in!" And then she's gonna have the rifle out, like ready to cover as everybody comes through.
Okay, perfect.
I'm taking cover as my bonus action.
Do you want to take a shot now? You can take a shot now with your rifle if you want. This guy's on top of a car, so you can definitely take a shot at him if you wanted. Or you can hold your action.
I have a lot of bullets, so I think
you don't have to.
I think that I would be cautious of ammo usage, and I will wait until someone comes close to threaten people running inside.
At the end of your turn, another infected is going to run out and sprint towards Julian.
Oh no.
+4 to this. That is a 13.
Does not. Oh, it meets.
It meets. All right. What is your HP
I
at?
thought you had the military vest.
11.
11. Yeah. Well, she's not a scrappy.
AC 14? Oh.
Yeah. You have 11 left, so you're good, and you only take 1 point of damage. So it just kind of knocks into you. You dodge mainly out of the way, but it does hit you. At the end of
I'm trying to look at this dead body. Leave me alone.
At the end of its turn, Roy is going to try to hit this guy again. With a plus. Yeah, there we go. That's actually a +3, so that's a. So that doesn't do headshot, but it is going to do full damage. But it's a 1, so it's not enough to hurt him.
Come on, Roy, just come in.
So Roy is going to back up to here, but is not going to go all the way. It is now Daisy's turn, who is going to back up to here, but shoot as she leaves. She gets a +3. That's a 15. That hits. She does 4 points of damage. I have been hit a couple times. He's barely standing, but he's still standing. That is the end of Daisy's turn. It's now Abe's turn, who's going to sprint forward and attack the one that is attacking Julian. He gets a +4 to this. That is a 22. Julian, the one behind you that has just attacked you, Abe runs up, puts a hand on your shoulder, reaches back, and stabs it right in the head, and it's dead.
Oh, yeah.
That is and then Abe is going to take the rest of his movement to sprint this way. That is the end of Abe's turn. Leah is just going to start sprinting up. Actually, no. Julian's too far back. She's going to wait right here. Just going to wait. Courtney, you're up.
Courtney is going to stab the one as their action is going to stab the one fighting them.
Okay, yeah. Roll an attack.
That is a 16.
16 is going to hit and do full damage.
And then that is that's 5 points of damage.
All right, yeah, you definitely damaged this creature, but it is still standing. And then do you run?
And then I run.
Okay, so that would be 5, 10, 15, 25, 30. Get to there. All right, at the end of Courtney's turn, another infected is going to appear. And it is going to run at you, Julian.
Cool.
It gets a +4 to this. That is a natural 20. What is your HP at now?
10.
10? Okay. So it does 5 points of damage, as it does get a +2 from the natural 20. And then we're going to roll on the D100 table.
What is the, remind me of the, I always...
30 and below, and you have been bitten.
30 and below.
Ready?
No.
That is a 57.
Okay.
You are not bit. It slams into you, hitting you pretty good, but it does not bite you. That is the end of its turn. Victoria, you are up.
Okay. I am gonna get out the way so people can get in, and I'm gonna try to shoot one of these guys by Julian.
All right, go ahead and roll an attack. Which one? The one on the car, or the one behind her would probably be too hard. So you'd probably be shooting the one on the car.
Yeah.
We're almost done here, guys. I know this is late combat.
20.
20. Dirty or natural?
30.
Dirty. That hits and does full damage.
Okay. A 1.
1 plus.
What?
Is there any plus?
No.
No,
No, I
1
don't.
point of damage. So he is barely still standing, but it is still alive as you kind of graze it. That's the end of Victoria's turn. At the end of Victoria's turn, this guy is going to sprint and run up and towards Abe. That is a 9. It's going to miss when it swings at Gabe. Julian, now you're finally up.
Oh, these could have been my friends, but I already have friends.
Weirdo.
So I feel like a nerdy little science kid. I will like letting Victoria's like last shot at the one right next to me kind of like bring me to and see that everybody's gathered around the door. I'll be like, oh, and then I'll start running away, but with my shotgun pointed up.
All right, you can get further than that if you want, or you can just stay right there.
No, I want to like
Someone
kind of
has to go in.
I know, no one has got in yet.
I want with with Victoria, I would start ushering everybody in.
All right. At the end of your turn, the infected who's been on the top of the car is going to run down to attack you.
My guy, I told you we'll hang out later.
It gets a +4 to this.
Mind games.
Mind games. Okay, so that's we will still say mind games was used though. You called it out, but it does miss. So well done. So with an 11, it misses, so it reaches out towards you, but doesn't hit you. That's the end of its turn. Patricia, you are up.
Go, Patricia, go.
It's muted. She's gonna talk here any second.
Okay. I'm gonna run inside.
Okay, you run up to safety. That's the end of Patricia's turn. At the end of Patricia's turn, this zombie who had just run in is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Is going to run up to Victoria. It's a +4 to this. An 18, which is going to hit. Victoria, what is your
Not
HP
today.
At?
13.
13, okay. So not today is disadvantage, right?
Yep.
And Julian returns the favor as Victoria and Julian help each other out, and neither of you get hit. Brandy, you're up.
Brandy is going to frustratedly growl, "Get inside!"
You're not going in either, Missy.
She's realizing that no one is going, so she's gonna go.
Okay. Do you want to take a shot before you leave? You have a very clear shot on the one on Victoria if you want to, or you can just run. I'm just asking.
Can I pop in and stab and then run?
Of course.
Only five,
of course, yeah.
Because it'd be 5.
Yeah, you'll just use
10, 15,
you'll just use some of your movement to do so. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, she's gonna be really cautious about this. That is pretty good. That's gonna be a 17 plus 5. 17.
That easily enough. You run forward while it's attacking Victoria. Yet again, just a quick puncture right into the temple, and it falls down.
And she looks right at Victoria. Get inside.
All right. Do you use the rest of your movement to get back inside?
25,
Okay.
30. Yes.
Perfect. That's the end of Brandy's turn. At the end of Brandy's turn, the one attacking Abe is going to attack Abe again. It's a +4 to this. That is a 13, which is going to hit. And that's 2 points of damage. So Abe has taken 5 points of damage total so far. Not too bad, but he's looking a little rough. And then it's Roy's turn, who is just going to sigh and run, just like Brandy. It's then Daisy's turn, who is not willing to leave Julian behind, and is going to 5, 15. Gonna run here and try to help Julian by stabbing it. That is a 11, which is gonna miss. It is then Abe's turn, who's going to attack the one attacking him. That is a 14, which hits and does full damage, but it's only 1 point of damage. He is then going to run and say, come on, everybody! And then Leah is going to wait right there. And that is the end of Leah's turn. Courtney, you're now up.
Courtney has their action going to quickly pump 4 points of healing into Joanne. And
so Julian, you heal 4 points real quick as Courtney just runs by and slaps you with a band-aid.
Then grabbing them, trying to pull them towards the...
Okay, well, yeah, so then we'll say, because you were right there, so 5, 10, 15, you're able to get here and bring Julian there. All right, that's the end of Courtney's turn. At the end of Courtney's turn, this guy attacking Daisy is going to attack her with a +4. That's a natural 1. He misses. That's the end of its turn. Victoria, you're up.
Sweet.
And I know that there's 2 people right in front of the door, but you can squeeze past them if that's what you're going to do.
Yeah, I'm just running.
Okay, you run to safety. That's Victoria's turn. At the end of Victoria's turn, this guy is going to run up and attack Julian. Gets a +4 to this. That is a 19, which hits and does 2 points of damage. Julian. That is the end of its turn. Julian, you're up.
Daisy, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Daisy!
She was trying to help you, dude.
I'm gonna like, oh fucking hell. Oh well, I'm gonna say, Daisy, come the fuck on! And I'm gonna shotgun this one again.
All right, roll for an attack. The one right in front of Daisy, right?
The one right in front. No, the one right in front of me.
Okay, great. Roll for an attack.
That is a 18.
18 is gonna hit and do full damage, and already been damaged by Courtney, so.
That is 8.
Dead. You explode through the chest of the creature, completely opening a cavity as it falls to the ground.
Do sporbs come out?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Once
You
again,
move at
I
all?
say, Daisy!
Uh-huh.
No, I'll hold fast with everybody behind me.
All right, at the end of your turn, another infected is going to run in and run at Daisy.
I swear to fucking Christ.
It gets a +4 to this. That's a 6. It misses. That is the end of its turn. Patricia, you have run to safety.
Daisy.
Brandy, it is your turn. I'm not going to... Those who have gotten to safety, I won't count them in the combat order. Brandy, it's your turn. You get to safety. It is now Roy's turn, who gets to safety. Daisy's turn, who is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, is able to get there. That's the end of Daisy's. She's going to use her action to dash. So Daisy gets to safety. Fine, she says. Abe gets to safety. Leah walks just inside the gate, but then stays. Courtney, you're up.
Courtney would stand there and look at Joanne to make sure that they're coming with, and then step in.
All right, Courtney steps in. At the end of Courtney's turn, one last attack as Julian is running inside. Julian gets attacked one last time. That's a 13 plus 4, which is 17. You do take 3 points of damage as it swings at you and hits you on the back. But you are able... if Victoria's turn is getting skipped, it is then you. I'm assuming you go inside the gate, right?
Yes.
I need you to either, as soon as you get inside the gate, to roll a brawn or agility check at advantage, because Leah's helping you out. So one of the two. Muscle or agility, sorry. I always forget.
I'll do agility.
Okay, at advantage.
Neither one of those was great. 7.
7, okay. So you are not able to completely close the gate and because you broke off the lock, so you can't just lock it back.
Yeah.
You were trying to finagle a thing to just give you some time. But you're not able to do that. So there is going to be another attack that happens. Evens is Julian, odds is Leah. Okay, Julian, you're going to get attacked again.
Okay.
What is your current HP at?
Do I have to say it?
No, you don't.
I don't want to say it.
Okay. That is a 14 plus 4, which is 18. The only person I'm allowed to give any kind of disadvantage if they can is Courtney. Can you do that? Do you have anything that allows that? I don't think you do, but...
No, book smarts don't.
Okay. Now you do need to tell me what your HP is. 4. Okay. Okay. So this is a D6 here. Damage.
plus anything?
No.
Huh.
Oh, wow.
Just 50-50.
You ready?
Yeah.
No!
Oh my god! In front of my wife on our honeymoon.
We should have known when they got married it was going to be too good to be true.
And we will pick up with there next time. So thank you for watching. I really appreciate everybody partaking in this session. Tune in next week at 6:30 p.m. Central to see what happens next time. Thank you to my players, the best players a GM could ask for. I mean it every time because I say it every time, and that was backwards. But for now, everybody say bye.
Literally, bye.
Bye.